Toto Wolff has been very vocal lately, but for all the wrong reasons. While he might have undermined Max Verstappen's record-breaking achievement, he also spoke out against F1, calling on them to resist the calls to change the rules in order to stop Red Bull's dominance. He also added that he doesn't want the sport to become scripted. Wolff's reaction against the F1's recent actions has been rather questionable, but does it actually make sense to go through with his wishes? Toto Wolff is a well-known figure in Formula One, and he's never shy about expressing his thoughts to the media, especially when it comes to what's happening on the racing circuit. However, he's used to being part of the team that used to win all the time, but in the last 2 or 3 years, things haven't gone their way. In the past 2 years, the team from Austria, Red Bull, has been the strongest in the sport, with Max Verstappen winning the championship for 2 consecutive years. In 2022, Verstappen even set a new record by winning 15 races in a single year, surpassing the previous record held by the legendary German drivers Michael Schumacher and Sebastian Vettel. Now, in 2023, it looks like Red Bull is on track to win yet another championship, making it a 3rd consecutive title for Verstappen, and he's only 25 years old. Red Bull adapted better than any other teams the new rules introduced in 2022, causing Mercedes, who have been dominant for most of the previous decade, to lose their grip on the top spot. The dominance of Red Bull in Formula One has led to calls for changes in the rules to make the championship more competitive. Lewis Hamilton has been especially vocal about this. However, Toto Wolff, the head of the Mercedes team, explained that while it's frustrating to see Red Bull doing so well, the rule makers can't specifically target them. He said that if you follow all the rules, whether they're about the technical aspects of the car, the rules of the race, or the financial regulations, then you deserve credit for your success. Wolff emphasised that it was Mercedes' responsibility to catch up and improve their performance. He acknowledged that this might take a while, but that's just the way it is. He recalled that there were similar complaints when Mercedes was dominating the sport. Wolff also noted that Formula One should be about real competition and not scripted entertainment like WWE. They want the sport to be authentic, not artificially controlled. As long as you comply to the regulations, technical, sporting and financial, you just need to say, "Well done," he told reporters, as picked up by the Mirror. "It is up to us to catch up, and if that takes a long time, then it takes a long time. I remember people crying foul when it was us. Entertainment follows sport and not the other way around. We cannot be WWE, scripted content. We don't want to be scripted content." But is he the right person to speak up about this? Considering Mercedes' dominance lasted nearly a decade, and more recently things have got more and more dramatic as there are fiery exchanges between the teams. After this weekend's race, it all started with Lewis Hamilton criticising Max Verstappen for winning world championships without facing tough competition from his teammates in his dominant era. In response, Max Verstappen accused Lewis Hamilton of being envious of his success and suggested that Mercedes is finding it difficult to cope with their recent losses. Then Red Bull team principal Christian Horner shared his thoughts on the matter after the Italian Grand Prix. "I think that you know, Max, what he's doing. He's breaking records, he's driving at an unreliable level, and I don't think there's anybody in the world right now that could beat Max Verstappen in this car, that's for sure." On the other side, Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff had a cheeky response when asked about Max Verstappen's achievements. Wolff noted that their situation at Mercedes was different because they had 2 drivers competing against each other within the same team. "I mean, our situation was maybe a little bit different because we had 2 guys fighting against each other within the team. I don't know whether he cares about the records. It's not something that would be important for me, any of those numbers." He then jokes, "It's for Wikipedia. Nobody reads that anyway." Martin Brundle expressed his surprise and disappointment with Toto Wolff for downplaying Max Verstappen's impressive feat of winning 10 consecutive Formula One races and setting a new record at Monza. Brundle, in his post-Monza column for Sky Sports F1, praised Max Verstappen and Red Bull for their exceptional performances. He emphasised that winning 10 consecutive races and Red Bull's dominance in the 2023 season are truly remarkable accomplishments. Brundle expressed his surprise surprise and disappointment at Hamilton and Wolff for not giving Verstappen's achievement the recognition it deserved, especially considering the praise and appreciation they received during their years of domination from 2014 to 2020. Brundle acknowledged that while sports can be tribal, there should also be an appreciation for excellence in others. He noted that Red Bull may have faced criticism due to their past actions and words, such as breaking the budget cap in 2021, the same season in which Verstappen won his first World Championship title under controversial circumstances. Despite the criticisms, Brundle recognised that such reactions are expected when competitive individuals are in the same environment. He also pointed out that Red Bull extended their record for the most successive wins to 15 at Monza, with Verstappen holding a substantial 145-point lead over Sergio Perez in the drivers' standings. In my opinion, one impressive aspect of Verstappen's performance was his determination during the 14 laps when it seemed impossible for the Red Bull to overtake Ferrari purely based on speed, even with the DRS in use. While the Ferrari may have been causing extra tyre wear, Verstappen also faced the challenge of driving in the turbulent air behind Sainz, which can be tough on tyres. However, the key moment came when Sainz made a mistake. Verstappen seized the opportunity and successfully passed him on the track. What's noteworthy is that Verstappen's pass wasn't the result of a pit strategy. He accomplished it through his driving skill and on-track manoeuvring. This kind of performance deserves respect and recognition. It's a bit puzzling. Martin Brundle initially expressed disappointment with certain comments on Friday, but later changed his stance somewhat on Sunday morning during a live broadcast, saying he loved it. However, it seems like he's back to his original viewpoint now. On the topic of past comments from Red Bull and Max Verstappen, there seems to be a difference in perception between British pundits and some fans. From the perspective of someone who followed the entire Mercedes era closely, there's no recollection of Red Bull team principal Christian Horner or Max Verstappen making outright disrespectful remarks, similar to what Lewis Hamilton and Toto Wolff have said recently. There may have been some cheeky comments from Red Bull, followed by words of praise and admiration, which is one thing. However, Hamilton and Wolff's recent comments appear to be a bit bitter and snide, lacking any graciousness. In comparison, Red Bull's approach falls more into the former category, while Mercedes' comments seem to align with the latter. Another one to speak out against Wolff was Damon Hill, an F1 legend and a world champion in 1996. Hill criticised Toto Wolff for his dismissive comments about Max Verstappen's record-breaking 10 consecutive wins, calling Wolff ungracious. Hill noted that Wolff's assessment came across as lacking in sportsmanship, which was unusual for someone known for his sporting conduct. He suggested that Wolff might be feeling frustrated due to Mercedes' recent struggles, as they failed to even reach the podium at Monza. Hill pointed out that it appears Red Bull consistently holds the upper hand in the current season. Hill also mentioned the disappointing performance of Mercedes drivers at Monza, with George Russell finishing 5th and Lewis Hamilton in 6th place, further behind Verstappen after receiving a penalty for a collision with Oscar Piastri. Verstappen now has a chance to secure his 3rd world title in Japan on September 24th, with 6 races remaining, having not lost since the Azerbaijan Grand Prix on April 30th. Hill, who now serves as a respected pundit for Sky, emphasised the significance of Max Verstappen's achievement, highlighting that it's not solely attributable to the car's performance. He acknowledged Verstappen's exceptional talent and unique achievements throughout his Formula One career, underscoring that Max has consistently broken new ground and continues to shine in the current season. Are these comments from Hamilton and Wolff justified, or are they disrespectful? Let us know in the comments below.